Hey guys, welcome back to Real Dilemmas podcast. I hope you enjoyed our episode, our part 1, and this is part 2.
Yes,
so we're continuing this episode with the dilemmas, right?
Yes.
So let's get into it.
Let's get it.
This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
So today's episodes we're doing dilemmas. So we got a lot of dilemmas the other episode, but we didn't finish.
Okay, so
we're just continuing. Right. So I'm gonna read this one. This is from Chisom. And she says, "Hi guys, love you lots." I'm expecting you to say love you back.
I had drink in my mouth. Love you back.
Yeah.
Who is it from?
It's from Chisom.
Hi, Chisom.
So Chisom says, so after dating, you didn't add the person's name. She just put X. After dating X.
She doesn't want to. She wants to remain anonymous.
A Nigerian man in London. I am obsessed with him. They are now my type. They are charming, thoughtful, and I had fun with them, but they broke my heart. I want to get over and done with this. I am Nigerian too, but I grew up in Europe. How can I get over this?
Wait.
Okay, so she's saying she was brought up in Europe, and then she dated a Nigerian man in London.
Okay.
So now
it's the London, the location for me.
Location. So now she's saying Nigerian men are now her type. So she was probably dating Europeans or you know, but now she's saying they are charming and thoughtful. I had fun with them, but they broke my heart.
But they dealt with her.
She said she's Nigerian. She grew up in Europe. How can I get over this? What would you advise Chisom?
What would I advise Chisom? I'll tell Chisom, right? Don't give up. In every, there's always a bad bunch in every tribe or, country. Just if you really like the Nigerian brothers, you'll find your one. I think just it depends on where you're looking or where you're positioning yourself.
So you think she should keep dating Nigerian men?
Yeah, I mean, I would say just focus on one tribe, because I believe you can find love anywhere. I feel men are men. Men are very simple. The same way you feel Nigerian men broke your heart, a Caucasian man can break your heart the same way. Trust me. It's just the probability that it's not as much, or maybe the loudness is not as much. But I just say, just don't let one or two of few heartbreaks derail you from, because you might need to kiss a few frogs to find your prince, isn't it? Is that not what they say?
Yeah, that's what they say.
So don't give up. I mean, if that's what you want, that's your preference, you'll find. Nigerian men are good. There are good Nigerian men out there. They're good. So what? You're married to a good Nigerian man.
I am.
Yeah, I'm married to a good Nigerian man.
They're not many.
They're not a lot, but they are there.
The good ones are taken. Sorry, Chisom.
Don't mind that. There are good ones out there. And I feel like a lot of younger guys.
Oh God, I have a brother that is not taking on.
Exactly.
There are still good ones out there. Now. Good ones.
So just keep it. But if you want to switch types, just don't give up on love. Okay? Have an open mind.
I would say to Chisom, don't give up on love, yes. Don't give up on love. I would say kiss the frogs that you need to kiss. And I hope, personally, I would say I would prefer that she ends up with a Nigerian man, because even though she grew up in Europe, I believe that she grew up in a Nigerian household. It's difficult. See, marriage already is tough as it is. This is how I feel personally. Marriage as it is tough. You're already struggling with different things, communication barrier, culture, food types, prayer, religion, different things. And then you're now adding someone who is from a completely different race.
I actually don't agree. I don't think it's...
There are people who marry outside their race.
Do you know why? Sorry, do you know why I say I don't think it's much of an issue? Because she grew up in Europe.
Yeah,
so she's most likely integrated in the system.
She just started dating. She just started dating Nigerian. She likes them.
But it doesn't mean that.
She said they are charming, thoughtful, and I had fun with them.
Nigerian men can
she did not have fun, and the ones she dated are not thoughtful and charming.
That's not what she's saying. But she's just saying. So it's like what you've known is like this Caucasian man or wherever maybe Spanish men that you've grown up in Spain and things like that. And then you finally meet someone that is like you, like an African like you, and then he's showing you.
It's just like
so. It's just a different experience.
Sometimes it's beyond I don't think it's different. I think it feels more like home for her.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a different experience.
That's why I feel like in marriage, if you're looking to marry, you're dating this guy to marry, these guys to find your husband. I would rather personally marry someone that I feel at home with.
Yeah, but she might feel at home with Kinina. She might feel at home with
at the core, unless if she grew up in like a very Western household.
That's what I mean.
That even though, you know how there are families here that the household is still very cultural.
So that's but if that was the case, it won't be such of a big deal that she's met in Nigeria an African man.
It might be. You know, sometimes
you see African men around you. You know African men if you grew up in an African household.
I personally will just stick to my African brothers.
I personally don't feel like that's just me. Maybe because I grew up. I'm in her situation.
Yeah, you're in her situation. So then you give the advice. You give the advice. You give the advice. I personally will stick to what I know.
Situation.
Yeah.
Now the reason why I gravitated more towards Nigerian men was because I grew up when we were growing up. We grew up in an era where it was. I don't want to really say like the racism was there. You get what I mean? And personally, for me, I didn't like that. So I was very intentional about being around my people.
Okay.
About being around Nigerians, being around friends that like black people, right? So for someone like that did not really have that experience, and all she knows is the Europe life and things like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you should solely go after. Because Nigerian men can give you lamba. That's what I believe. This is what she's saying. This is the description she gave about that Nigerian man.
Yes.
That's Nigerian men. They will give you sweet nothings. They will shower you with love. They will shower you with gifts. Things like that to make you feel. But then when they want to show you shege,
they'll show you shege pro max.
So please, I won't advise you to go with this one or that one. I'll just say, just have a discerning spirit. Know who you want to go for. You know, let your experiences teach you. Do you get what I mean? Things that you've experienced with an African man or Nigerian man, take it into whatever relationship you go into next and look out for the red flags. Just like we spoke about last week, the lies that men tell. It's out there. So just make decisions that you know, that goes well with just. I just realized we're not wearing any jewelry. Oh my gosh. I just realized that when I'm doing that. And guys, my intrusive thoughts really just come through when I'm on
like
this episode.
that.
It just comes through and I feel like I need to say it. But yeah, I'm on Chisom. The advice I'll give you is just do not be closed off. Heartbreak is, people get heartbroken. So just keep doing what you're doing. The right man will come to you. Okay?
Right.
Love you, girl.
Love you, Chisom. Listen to Regina.
What do you mean?
Please listen to Regina, because if you listen to me, you end up with one Igbo boy that will tell you, actually go. I want to marry you.
What is it? Love
in every word.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
I am going to marry.
Actually go. I'm going to marry you.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Where did they create?
No, it happens. It happens.
But yeah.
But don't lose guard, guys.
Don't lose guard.
Don't lose guard.
Keep your eye.
But it happens. Find you your own odogu.
Back.
Chisom, go out into the streets of Europe and look for your own odogu. Your odogu is somewhere there.
It's somewhere there, Chisom.
Oh my gosh. Right, let's go to the next one. This is from a guy. His name is Shagun.
Okay.
Shagun says, I am done with MSc in England, but I hate it here a lot.
Yeah?
My friends and family are pushing me to stay back in Europe.
Okay.
And succeed, but I am torn between going back home and staying. No, I am torn between going back home with or without their approval, or apply for jobs here.
Wow.
So Shagun is a bit confused. Shagun is here by himself and is thinking of going back on his turn.
Do you know what? This one I feel is like a different conversation. Because this stems into a conversation I said to you that I wanted us to have about life, the difference in life in the UK and life in Nigeria.
Yes.
Omo, this is so sad.
What do you think Shagun should do?
So he said that his family don't want him to come back.
His family want him to remain in England.
Okay, Shagun, what I'll tell you is, you need to first of all assess your current situation in terms of finances and security, things that are important to you to survive in a country, right? Obviously, we all know the current situation of Nigeria and the T-Pain economy, right?
Yes.
I personally feel like Nigeria is a better place to be.
Really?
I was having this conversation with a colleague yesterday at work, and we're really talking about it. Like, she was like, the life she lives in Nigeria. Almost. There's nothing here.
Okay. Is she
There's nothing
single?
here. She's married. She has a family.
Okay.
But even like her own person, her own family, like immediate family, they've got they get her husband. They get.
Yes.
So now you are in a country where even you personally you don't even like because people are treating you as like you know who I am.
Mhm.
You get you know who I am.
Mm.
So personally, I feel like for people like that have it good in Nigeria, I feel they can go back if they want to.
Okay.
Do you get? If you have it good in Nigeria, there's nothing stopping you from going back. So that's what I'm saying to Shegu. You need to really analyze your surroundings, your situations. If you feel that you can survive in Nigeria, financially you're good, you've got a good job, maybe you've got a good business going. If you've got things going for you in Nigeria, why not go back home? Go back home. Like, people can only advise you, your family can only tell you from where they are sitting. But at the end of the day, you're the one that know why you want to do certain things. And if you go back and it doesn't pan out for you, you bear the consequences because that's a decision you made. So that's what I feel like for Shegun. If that's really where your heart is and you really want to be there, go back. If you've got things going, don't go back without a plan. Never go anywhere without a plan. Don't jack back from Nigeria to UK without a plan. And don't jack back
I would advise
to
the
Nigeria
opposite.
without a plan.
I would advise the opposite.
What, to stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would advise Shegun to stay.
Why?
The only reason I would advise Shegun to stay is because where you're going is where me I just came from.
Yeah, but Shegun just came from there.
No, but I don't think he sees it the way Shegun is Shegun. Yeah, Shegun is single.
Oh, is he single?
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything about him having a family.
Okay.
Shegun, see, it's getting worse. I can't lie.
Not for people. That my colleague I spoke to yesterday, she said to me, Regina, if my sister come up for Nigeria, I die.
Does she have kids?
She just gave birth to twins. She just gave birth to twins. Aside that, her husband just bought a massive.
But the thing is, the way I see this conversation, we should really sit and have a guess. The way I see it is, the way I see it is beyond money. To live in a place like that is beyond money. You don't just need money. There's a lot that comes. You need security. You need good healthcare. You need
I can hold you
quality
healthcare.
Education for your kids.
Healthcare, education, fair.
Job opportunities for your kids. Security even for your kids. You know, as an adult, you know how you move. But when we were teenagers, we know about, there were certain movements that we did our parents didn't know about.
Yeah.
Imagine having kids who are now doing those same things and getting caught up because maybe
but we did it here.
The country failed them. That's what I'm saying. Here is safer. It's safer here. I walk at night.
Even my cousin, I was still chatting to her. She wished me a happy birthday.
It's not the same.
So I think the difference in our opinions is the fact that we know the system. We have been here. So we know that it's not all roses here. Hold on, no. Like, we know the things we face here for us compared to you lot coming from there.
So we know what
you are facing there. So I feel that's the contrast.
But can I tell you now to bridge this contrast and bridge this gap a little bit?
I see your microphone.
A little bit. I'm trying to bridge it. I'm trying to bridge it physically. Okay. To an extent, I don't know much about the system here completely. I don't know everything about the system.
You've been here long enough to
understand, to have an idea.
Yeah.
And from what I have, Regina, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's so sad. It's bad.
No, I understand.
And it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
You need to go back now in 2025 with the new government and everything.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Now, I feel like Shegun, now is really not the right time. Take a chill pill.
But what if Shegun is suffering in this country?
He cannot be suffering. She just doesn't like it here.
Okay.
He's thinking about.
Let's talk about what if someone is here
suffering.
And suffering.
What do you mean by suffering? No job.
Maybe they're even looking for sponsorship. No sponsorship. Maybe everything's just not working out for them. Okay. In a sense where if everything's working with somebody, maybe the person is using them to do sometimes that's landing in this country.
We thank God for grace. But to be fair, for some people, it is about now them and their personality not being proactive, because Shegun did his MSc. He had time to do MSc. He had time to go to school. He had time to work. He still had a couple of more months after school.
Right.
Shegun had time to try to put his
So
house
it's just
in
a
order.
preference thing for Shegun.
So I feel like Shegun, I feel like people who even say these are people who even say things like these are people who come from wealth.
That's what I was saying.
To go back.
That's what I was about to literally
But
about to say, because I
he's
was
not looking at the bigger picture.
There are actual people. No. See, there are actual people. There are people out there that genuinely don't like to be here
because they have money back home.
They have money back home, and it's not about money in Nigeria. One thing I know, I didn't grow up, so don't hold me to it.
Okay.
But from the little I know, my dad is one person that he's a patriotic Nigerian. You know, this abroad is nothing for him. Honestly, obviously he's older, but from the little I see of my extended family and how they are, it's not even about the wealth. It's about the community. I don't know if the community is going on.
We're finding community here.
Exactly, we're finding, but see how much it's taking us to find community here. But Nigeria is about the community. It's
community
about
can be one or two.
See, Nigerians, some of them might not have money, but just come outside your house, sit down, everybody. It's just, some people just miss that. Some people just are used to that. And then you come to this UK, that every man for themselves, everybody is like,
I understand what you're saying.
There's you don't barely know your neighbors.
I understand what you're saying.
Your neighbors?
I know my neighbor.
Okay, you're nice.
I know my No, I know my neighbor. My one neighbor.
I know my neighbors actually, but like a lot of the time, people don't even know their neighbors. People don't speak to each other. You know, you have to really call to go to someone's house. Like you really need to be invited. It's not like you can just show up. So for me,
okay, you know what? See, this back and forth on Nigeria and the UK, life in the UK.
Nigeria. I mean, stay UK.
I think let's just advise Shegun.
Okay, Shegun.
You said if he wants to, he should.
As long as he has a plan.
As long as he has a plan.
I would never advise you to go back without a plan, because you go suffer.
Okay. I was going to say don't go. But if you have family that is saying they can cater to you, and you can afford to come back and forth as you please,
don't want him back.
Then you can go.
The family don't want him back.
They don't want him back to Nigeria.
That's what he said. Now they're advising him to stay. His family is telling him to stay.
But he advise you to stay. Give it a shot. Give it a shot for 5 years.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, yes. No, 5 is not much now, because it seems like he's young. Give it a shot for 5 years. Work for 5 years or 3 years. 2 years is too short.
I think because you just finished MSc, coupled with the stress of schooling and you're probably working at the same time to make ends meet.
So after school,
maybe to
work
give
for
some
a
time.
good 3 to 5 years
And then go
see
back.
how it goes.
Yeah.
Then go visiting. Nobody go tell you, Shegun. You will run back. You will run back. I kid you not.
Dorcas! No going back for me.
That's why Shegun will run back.
No, yeah. Shegun, I think that's a very good advice.
It's good to be able to go back and forth.
I think you shouldn't just go back yet. I think you should see what the UK has to offer you. Once you've tried everything in your sakani. What's sakani in English? God, I'm so raz. When you tried everything in your environment, in your surroundings, anything that you can lay your hands on, basically. And if it now doesn't work, then okay, go back. But if not,
don't just give up because you're saying to be honest, you hate it here. You go back and then you find out where you left is not how it was. And then you stop eating that place. So what then?
That's true.
Will you keep bouncing around?
That's true, because
don't be a bouncer. Don't be a bouncer.
Next dilemma.
Next dilemma.
This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
Next dilemma is from Beauty, and Beauty says, I have been dating my boyfriend for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's clear he wants to get married. But I feel we no longer have that spark. We no longer have that butterfly in my belly kind of energy. And I don't think I want to get married to him. What do I do?
Oh, that's really sad. You don't want to get married to him? Don't get married to him. Period.
No, but I think 3 years. What do you think? 3 years?
There's no 3 years. If you don't want to, see, marriage, you can't enter it with what ifs and buts and whatnot.
But she's saying they don't have that spark.
That's what I'm saying.
That spark will not be there forever. 3 years is enough for the spark.
But at least it needs to be there for the first 3 years of their marriage. What the heck?
No, I feel like maybe she's comfortable with him.
No. This she's gonna cheat. She gonna cheat.
Not really. Because I feel like that spark is only there like for the first year.
What spark are we talking about?
You know that butterfly in your tummy kind of spark when you see your boyfriend or
No,
your...
see, I didn't have that. There's a difference between spark and knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah.
I dated my husband 7 years prior to getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Best I believe there was no ooh when I was getting married.
So,
but I did. That wasn't so.
So there was no spark at all from the start.
From me and him. No, there was spark.
No butterfly. Yeah. So how long did it last?
I wasn't keeping track.
I don't think it would last.
No, that wasn't a for me. I don't know. Is this giving storybook and Hallmark movie vibes?
Kind of,
this giving Cinderella. All that spark things is just I don't really see it as something to be focusing on. If you love somebody, it's not about spark. You love somebody now, your love will give you spark. I don't get it.
No, I actually had that spark. I did.
Yeah, but when the spark goes, it doesn't mean you don't love the person.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it said, yes, it's okay to have the spark. But after 3 years, I feel like the spark would have died down. So it shouldn't be a reason to not want to marry this person.
I'm saying that she's not this beauty. Come, beauty. Your man's ready to be married. I don't think you are ready. I don't know how old you are, beauty, but let me advise you as your big auntie. Ah, God, ew. No. I'm not your big auntie. Please. But when you're big auntie. Okay, actually, I'm wearing my rich auntie vibes, right? So let me advise you as your big auntie. Let me just say rich auntie before you come and bill me. Let me advise you as your big auntie or your big sis, right? I don't think you're ready to marry. I don't think you're ready for marriage. Your man, obviously, she's saying he's clearly ready. And that's why I would say don't get if you know that spark is what you really want before you feel ready or you feel like you want to go into it. Don't do it. Don't get married because that spark will not come back unless you work on it. And I don't know.
No, I think it comes and goes. For me, I think it comes and goes.
Yes,
I think it comes and goes.
It's not going to be stretched 10 years. Spark again. When you fight, you won't see any spark.
It comes and goes. It really does.
But I don't know. How would you say you should? I don't know. It just depends on how much you love him. Do you love him, beauty? Like, do you see a future with this person? There's a lot more questions to be asked. Yeah,
it's a very short dilemma, so we don't have all the details. But I would say to beauty, beauty, that spark, that butterfly in your belly that traveled, you probably pooped it out. But best believe it's going to come back. There are certain things that he will do that will make it come back.
Facts, true.
That feeling is not there forever. It comes and it goes.
Yeah, and it takes the two of you working together to actually keep that spark alive.
Yes.
You know, as a couple, there are things that you have children, life will happen that's not your focus. So don't let that even be. If that's for you, good. But for me, I would not advise a young girl going to marriage for spark to be your reasoning for getting married.
No, I agree with you.
Like you said, it comes and goes.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, it comes and it goes. So focus on other things, but best believe that if it's sparkle and butterfly they are looking for, then the garden, the butterfly, then God, we sound very unserious. It comes and it goes basically. So focus on other things. Are you compatible? Do you communicate well?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the same thing?
Are you guys aligned in the same goal?
Are your values alike? Religion, spiritually, are you get those are the deeper things to think about.
When you're talking about marriage, you're talking about your boyfriend, you can talk spark.
You can be looking at spark and butterfly
here. Don't let that be a focus. So if you need to really do some introspecting, the word of today, look inwards and really dig deep to see
do some introspect.
See what you really want out of life, out of marriage. And if it's not baby girl, don't be ashamed to call it off. That's another thing.
True.
You know, don't be, because she asked kind of what do I do.
No, if you want to call it off, call it off.
A broken engagement, they say, is better than a broken marriage. So please, if you've done your introspecting and you're looking around and everything and you feel like, okay, this is not what I want, baby girl,
then it isn't.
Cut it off.
Don't cut it off because of spark, but cut it off if it's not what you want.
Don't cut it off because of spark. Go and buy what's the fireworks if you want to.
If you're looking for
God, we are so serious. Let us go.
All right. So, guys, we've come to the end of this episode, and thank you guys for sending your dilemmas. You were just saying that.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for sending in your dilemmas. Keep it coming,
Please.
Guys. Keep engaging in our comment section on Instagram, on TikTok. We love it, and we are reading. So please keep it up.
Yes, guys, keep it up. And guys, please do not forget our sponsor for this episode as well.
Yes,
it's Joshua World. We'll leave her contact down in the description.
Period.
Do
if
not
you love
forget.
what we're wearing,
Yeah.
If you love it, guys,
we should probably do like a TikTok video with this outfit.
Yeah, we should. If we have time, we'll do it. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in our next episode. Love always. Bye.
This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.